Welcome back to Gangster Movie Recaps. I hope you're doing well wherever you are. Let's watch 68 Kills. Chip and Aliza are a couple. They're laying in bed smoking and pillow talking. Aliza loves Chip, but Chip doesn't make enough money to support their needs, so Aliza occasionally sells pussy and dabbles in criminal activities. Aliza casually tells Chip how she was recently getting bussed down by her sugar daddy Ken. Ken claps Aliza's cheeks regularly. He's clearly a fan. Ken nuts off, then reminds Aliza that she's sexy as fuck. He then pulls out a stack, but he tells Aliza that she's not that tight, so he peels her off a couple, hun. But Ken is in flex mode. He tells Aliza that he has 68 bands in the envelope, so he can trick off and fuck hoes whenever and however often he wants to. Chip's feelings are definitely hurt. He's a good guy and he's into Aliza even though everyone knows she's dangerous and for the streets, but Chip's fully simping, so he's oblivious to the pimping. Aliza plans to pull a kick door on Ken and rob him for the 68 grand. She tells Chip that since he's her dude, it's basically his fault that she had to sell the pussy, so the least he can do is help her pull the house lick. But Chip says that he's never done any gangster shit, but Aliza says it's okay, and tells him to just go with it. So later when they pull up at Ken's, they're creeping on the come up. Aliza has given Chip a blower and it's loaded, but he wants to make certain that no one gets hurt. So Chip manually empties the clip, but Aliza trips and questions how can he really have her back if he doesn't have any bullets in his shit. So she tells him to man up and stop acting like a bitch. As they approach the house, Chip suggests to Aliza that they wear a mask. She doesn't really give a damn about a mask. Aliza agrees but complains, and the couple gets back on track for the home invasion. Aliza easily gains access to the spot through a back door of the home. They're on the prowl in the house now. Aliza is front line and it's clearly not her first time. But Chip is shook. Aliza flips and tells the Rook to get his shit together. Aliza opens the door, where she finds Ken sitting on his couch with headphones on. Ken was secretly recording his smash sessions with Aliza. Now he's watching the footage back and jacking off, totally unaware that Aliza's come to fuck him in a non-pleasurable way. Chip is also unaware of what the hell is going on. He turns around and sees Aliza getting busy as she slits Ken's throat. Chip had no idea that his girl was cutthroat. Now he knows that the money wasn't the only thing she came for, but Chip wasn't out to do a murder move. Aliza is on chill. She cracks open a bottle and takes a big gulp as she tries to calm Chip. Ken's wife came on the scene. Aliza brutally stabbed her in the head. Now everyone in the house should be dead, so Aliza takes Chip by the hand and escorts him to the back room. When they get in the room, Aliza goes straight to the safe on the wall. She's been paying close attention. She's memorized the combo, and she gains easy access to the scratch. Chip looks on in disbelief that his girlfriend is a murderous motherfucker for the money. Aliza is all the way turned on. She's making love to the money when they hear a scream come from downstairs. Chip goes to check it out, but he has to pause when he sees a sexy-ass brown skin thing on the scene. Chip is smitten, so he waves on some silly shit, but the chick is all the way spooked, so she gets the hell on. He watches her soft-looking ass cheeks jiggle as he runs her down, and it's really only one thing on Chip's mind as he rustles up the Roni. She says her name is Violet. Chip is being gentle, then Aliza pulls up like fuck that gentle shit. Violet gets knocked out. Chip continues to look at her ass and check her out, as he carefully loads her in the trunk of the whip. The couple prepares to split, but first, Aliza wants some dick. She snatches up Chip and forces him to hit, but he's not really into it. He stares at the 68K and considers the bodies that Aliza just racked. Chip still gets the nut though, and Aliza thinks it's all good as they ride out. Aliza tells Chip that she can sell Violet to her brother Dwayne and get another 3 to 5 bands. She says that she often flips girls to her bro. Chip obviously doesn't have balls in the relationship, so he doesn't say shit. As Aliza goes into link with Dwayne, Chip waits patiently in the whip. He eventually gets tired of waiting, so Chip goes to see what the hell is going on. As he looks around, he notices the TV is showing Dwayne performing surgical procedures. Then Chip realizes that he's interrupting quality time between the bro and sis. The whole setup has Chip bugged out, but Aliza really doesn't give a damn. Dwayne stares at Chip disrespectfully, so Chip requests to speak with Aliza in private. Aliza takes him into Dwayne's work area, and when he looks around, Chip notices pickled body parts, like guts and shit in jars on the shelf, so it's clear now the type of plans the siblings have for Violet. Chip tries to play it cool, but he can't ignore the dismembered female body parts on the bookshelf. Aliza can see that the gory scene has her man shook, so she prepares to go get Violet and complete the transaction with Dwayne. Chip tries to protest on behalf of Violet, but Aliza's not hearing it. She basically says, "Fuck that moral oral," and reminds Chip how she still rocks with him even though he's broke. Aliza says she's really holding him and the relationship all the way down. But Chip doesn't see it that way, and as she goes to open the trunk, he pistol slaps Aliza. Now she's KO'd. A citizen steps up to check the situation, but Chip blicks off, letting the citizen know to mind his damn business and get the hell on. Then Aliza springs up. On some sexy tough shit, she's simultaneously turned on and pissed. She bombs on Chip, then rears back for a double tap on him, but she crashes out. Dwayne hears the commotion and comes out with a machete ready to hack something. Chip picks up the blicky as he stumbles to his feet. Dwayne sees his sis laid out, so he charges Chip. Chip splacks off, hitting Dwayne in the shoulder. He scans the area and sees that there's no witnesses, so Chip takes the envelope from Aliza. Then he jumps in her whip and gets the hell on. Aliza wakes up shortly after, but Chip is on the E-way, thinking it's all good as he approaches the exit. But then he looks in the rear view to see that Aliza is pulling up on his ass. She gets next to him and ups the burner, forcing Chip to pull over. They've already been in a wild car chase, so Chip complies and pulls over, and reluctantly steps out of the vehicle, not knowing what to expect from his violent bae. They slowly walk towards each other, but Chip is low-key shook. But Aliza wants to be held. She clearly likes the rough shit, and since she's a gangster bitch, she can take a hit. Aliza threatens Chip, then grabs him by the neck and tongues him down. Then she passes out again. Chip's not feeling Aliza anymore. He takes her Roscoe and tosses it. Then he disses Aliza hard as fuck by getting the hell on. Further up the road, Chip pulls over and pops the trunk to check on the sexy-ass stowaway. Violet is calm as Chip gently assists her out of the trunk. He's all the way sprung on her beauty. But Violet flips the script. She gives Chip a knee and snatches his strap, simultaneously drawing down on him, tripping on how she's been stuffed in a trunk. Chip explains that it was Aliza's idea, but Violet has heard everything, including how he piped down Aliza. Chip is surprised when Violet gives him back the burner. Shit's working out real smooth for Chip, and it looks like Violet may be feeling him. She goes through Aliza's trunk and finds spare clothes, while Chip nervously tries to figure the next move. But Violet's not worried at all with her fine ass. She knows everything. Chip realizes that he can't just leave her on the side of the road. Then Violet answers, like a player, and tells Chip that he doesn't have to. So they ride out together, and it's all good. Violet tells Chip that he's stuck with her now, but Chip's too nervous to be cool. Then Violet finds the cashed-out envelope and she's immediately more interested in Chip and the situation. Violet makes love to the money. Then her song comes on the radio. She cranks up the tunes and celebrates the come-up. Not only is she super cute, she also has a radiant personality and her energy is contagious. So Chip joins the turn-up. The two strangers in the night ride on. It's about 2 a.m. when Chip pulls over because the tank's on E. Violet is peacefully sleeping as Chip slowly exits the car. He can't pay at the pump, so he'll have to go in. The clerk's name tag says fuck off, so she's clearly not about customer service, but Chip just wants to put the petrol in the metro and get the hell on. Chip is still on some nervous shit. He wants to put 40 on the tank, but like a dumbass he takes out the envelope, pulling a stack and peeling a single hundo. The gothic clerk quickly conjures a play. She tells Chip that unless he breaks her off some scratch, she'll call the cops and alert them about Chip's suspicious money bag. She demands that he gives her 200 bills. It's a shakedown, but the amount requested is modest, so Chip complies and lays 3 bills on the counter for the pale-ass clerk, but the transaction gets interrupted. It's Violet. She steps in and says she heard the play, and that she doesn't appreciate the goth bitch extorting her boyfriend. Violet tells the clerk that she's down to set it off, that the money is hers, and she's not going for the squeeze. Violet lets the clerk know that she's mistaken. If she thinks she's not with the shit, Violet tries to get Chip's strap to back her up. She tells the clerk that she'll put her in a coffin, even though it looks like the clerk may like that. Violet calls her hot topic, then asks what she's trying to do. The clerk doesn't exactly look shook, or like she gives a fuck about the job, but either way she lets it go. She slowly counts the change. Violet rudely snatches the scratch. Chip is on mute. He sees that Violet is on some crazy sexy cool shit. She grabs Chip by the hand, and they exit the store. Then the new couple gets the hell on. Violet lectures Chip, telling him that he needs to stand up for himself when dealing with females. The two pull up to a local Momo. The front desk clerk knows what's up. He gives Chip the room key, and the couple prepare to post up for the evening. Inside the room, the new lovers are cuddled up in bed. It's all good, and they're naked, so they should be grinding it out. But Violet strikes up a convo instead. She tells Chip that she actually worked for Ken, and how Ken ruined her life in order to force her into a three-way freak relationship with him and his wife. So Chip actually rescued her. Violet starts to cry. Chip also starts crying, knowing that he's found a real one. They're both happy, so they smash. No doubt Chip wore Violet's lil sexy ass out, but that's not confirmed in the movie. Chip wakes up alone. The money, his pistol, and Violet are gone. Chip quickly shakes his love hangover. He searches the room. His clothes are also missing. The phone cord is cut, and Chip realizes that he's truly been fucked. He frantically flips out on himself for going out on some sucker shit. But Chip notices a big drip of blood on the bathroom floor, trailing up to the tub, so he pulls back the curtains. He's shocked to find Violet. Chip falls back in grief and disbelief, crying as he reminisces on his shorty, but he knows that it's time for some gangster shit. He grabs the towel and works his way to the front desk clerk who's sitting around chilling. When he sees the naked man approaching, pause. Violet's neck job is identical to the necklace that Aliza gave Ken, but the clerk says there was a wild party overnight and mentions a dead-looking white chick, a goth bitch. Chip immediately knows who he's talking about, so he grabs the phone and knocks the informative clerk the fuck out. Chip sincerely apologizes as he duct tapes and partially hog ties the friendly front desk clerk. He then takes his car keys and a few bucks cash in case it needs gas. Chip finds random clothes in the lost and found and a golf club, so he's ready to get down. He hops the whip, headed back to the gas station in town. He arrives at the station, but there's been a shift change. The clerk on the register now is Amy, and she really has the same fuck-off attitude as her coworker. But Chip inquires on the whereabouts of Amy's pale fellow employee. Amy says the girl's name is Monica, and that she doesn't fuck with Monica, so she doesn't give a damn what he may be planning to do with her. She'll tell Chip how to find her, but it's going to cost him. Amy wants Chip to eat her pussy out. Chip has decisions to make now, but he's a player and a gentleman, plus he's desperate, so he's on his knees preparing to slurp up Amy. It looks like she knows how to receive some head, and it looks like Chip knows how to give it. Then that's that. A deal's a deal, so Amy tells Chip where to find Monica, and he pulls up to the spot. Chip approaches the door. He has a golf club and he's ready to tee off, but he's spotted and greeted by a man holding a .45. The man's name is Leroy. Chip notices that the .45 is his, then Amy pulls up. He's been flim-flammed. Amy disses Chip's head game, then nut checks him in a non-pleasurable way. That fucking bitch. Chip is all the way jammed now. He's inside the spot when he sees Monica. She's actually the leader of these trailer park thugs. She has her titties out. She invites Chip to stare. She says they'll be the last set he ever sees. Chip admits that her tits are popping. Monica covers up the tits, but she's still lit. She's flexing and letting Chip know that she's on some gangster-ass gothic shit. She takes the Roscoe from Leroy and draws down on Chip. He knows that the gang is about to get in his ass, but first Monica says that she killed Violet because Violet called her Hot Topic. Monica basically says that she's a real goth bitch, so she never wore that Hot Topic bullshit. But Chip gets gangster and sneaks Monica then Leroy. He picks up the Roscoe, and he has them all in check, and he's asking, "Where's the cheese at?" Suddenly the front door opens. Chip is surprised to see a kid. He doesn't know that the boy is just a nosy-ass neighbor who freely comes in and out of their trailer. So Chip freezes. The gang takes the alley hoop and regains control of the situation. The gang plans to party. They've bought an assortment of drugs, from trees, various pills, and of course coke. But Chip won't get a hit. Monica tells him how bad he's fucked up in the mix. She has the golf club, and she tees off with it. But the golf club is nothing compared to what Monica has in store, so the gang gets the party started. They smoke out, coke out, drink and pop pills, then get to geeking all over Chip's ass, making him a human punching bag. They tease as they torture him, slightly adding to his fucked up predicament. Monica ashtrays her cig on Chip's face. He's been ran through and pounded, so Monica ups the burner to check him out, but Chip's had enough, so he checks himself out. Chip sees Violet at the crossroads. She looks great and she's smiling at him. He immediately apologizes, because he knows he fucked up. He looks at his feet. There's blood, and balled up dollar bills pouring out of a sewer drain. Chip devalues and disrespects the money, because it's got blood on it. But Violet says fuck that. All money's got blood on it. It'll still spend so the money's good. Chip cries realizing that Violet was a beautiful, wise, down-ass thorough chick. But Chip checks the scene, and has to ask, is he dead? Violet says no, but that he will be, if he doesn't wake up. She reminds Chip to stand up for himself, then she gently pieces him off. Chip has reality slapped back into him by Aliza. She swore she'd hunt down and kill Chip for dissing her. Chip is dazed and confused. Aliza is nonchalant about the scene and Chip's condition. He tells Aliza that the folks who hemmed him up are on some real crazy shit. But she's not impressed, and basically says, nah, these motherfuckers don't know crazy. Then Monica and the rest of the gang wake up and realize they've got unexpected company, so everybody knows that it's about to be some shit. Chip looks on as Monica and the gang squares up and draws down on Aliza, and it seems like the trailer thugs have their set all in check, but Aliza is still nonchalant as she slowly and sexily stands up. Monica gets tired of the standoff, so she tells Leroy to bang the hammer, but Aliza calmly affirms that she's the queen bitch with the gangster shit, so she tells Leroy to stand down. The gang laughs. Then Aliza smoothly lets them know how bad they fucked up. Suddenly, the door opens. It's Dwayne. He's got a shotty, and he comes through blasting, blowing off Leroy's arm, and busting up his nuts. Hard pause, as the gang looks on in terror. Chip is low-key glad to see Dwayne, so he says what's up. Dwayne also looks glad to see Chip. He cheerfully says what's up back. Then he tosses Aliza the pump. Now Aliza has Monica and the set all in check. One of the girls try to turn up on Dwayne, but he's definitely not having that shit, and she quickly gets bushwicked. Now all the thug can do is cry, because Dwayne is all the way lit on some ill, gruesome-ass gangster shit. Then the thug, in a major way, gets his wig split. Aliza is still on point, and all she really wants to know is where's the cheese at? Monica knows she's fucked now, so she tells her it's in the back. But Chip knows what's up, as Dwayne scoops Monica up, taking her to the back to retrieve the cash, and most definitely get all up in Monica's crazy, pale, cute, ugly gothic ass. Chip has seen enough, so he gets up to get the hell on, but Aliza's not having it. She ups the shotty, saying that she loves Chip, and she's not the type to let a guy play with her emotions and shit. Dwayne hears the blick, not thinking that his sis would be hit. Chip had the blicky tucked and got the drop, because he also wasn't having it. Aliza looks on, hurt, sad and confused. All Chip can do is sadly apologize. Then Aliza dies. Chip hesitates, but he can't afford to leave any loose ends. Dwayne is still freaking off in the back room when Chip walks in and pops his top, putting a stop to Dwayne's creepy freak shit. Monica is still alive. She's grateful and wants to forget all the bullshit. She says that if he takes her, she'll turn all types of tricks and do anything for Chip. Chip asks, can she bring Violet back? Of course she can't, so he props the uwap, and Monica gets splacked. He positions the bodies, then douses the trailer house with alcohol. He has the money, and all his other stolen belongings, so he strikes a match and drops it on the floor. As he sees the flames, he reminisces on and releases the fucked up situation, but now Chip has all the game. So he gets the hell on. Chip admires the money as he rides, and it's all good. When he notices a tatted chick with a charger stranded roadside, he instantly feels his player instincts, but he quickly wises up and mashes out, knowing good and hell well that he doesn't need a new girlfriend. Then it ends. I rated this movie a 1.5, because Chip should have never stopped at the motel. He should have took Violet with the money and kept moving. But let us know what you think in the comments. Then like and subscribe for more gangster movie recaps.